still remember the last thing I said before everything went black. I was arguing with my wife about something that honestly does not even matter anymore. She wanted me to go to the hospital because I had been having chest pain all afternoon, and I kept telling her I was fine. I remember laughing and telling her that I was not going anywhere. About 20 minutes later, I was on the kitchen floor. When I opened my eyes again, I was standing beside my own body. At first, I thought the doctors had somehow moved me into another room because I could see them working on me from above. Then I heard my wife screaming my name. I tried to answer her, but nothing came out. I walked toward her and reached for her shoulder, but my hand went straight through her. That was the exact moment I knew something was terribly wrong. I wish I could tell you that I immediately knew I was dead, but I did not. My first thought was that I was dreaming. I actually started laughing because the whole thing seemed ridiculous. I remember saying to myself, "Marcus, wake up. This is not real." Then one of the doctors shouted something, and I looked back at the bed. I could see my own face. It was pale and there were wires everywhere. My wife was crying against the wall, and one of the nurses was trying to hold her back. I wanted to tell her that I was right there. I wanted to tell her not to cry, but she could not see me. I kept trying anyway. Then the room started getting quieter, and something pulled my attention toward the hallway. There was a light at the end of that hallway. Not the kind of light you see from a hospital window. It was different. I cannot really explain it without sounding crazy, but it felt warm before I even got close to it. I started walking toward it because honestly, I wanted to get away from the hospital. I had no idea where I was going. Then I heard a voice behind me. It was my own voice. I turned around, and that is when I saw myself as a little boy. I was maybe 8 years old. He was standing there holding the old red football I had when I was a kid. I just stared at him because I had not seen that football in more than 30 years. Then he looked at me and said something that made me stop walking. The little boy looked at me and said, "You forgot about this place." I knew the house immediately. It was my grandmother's old house, the one where I spent most of my childhood summers. I could smell the fried chicken she used to make on Sundays. I could hear the old ceiling fan making that clicking sound it always made. Then I saw myself sitting on the front steps with my grandmother beside me. She was talking to me about God, and I remembered being annoyed because I wanted to go outside and play. I had completely forgotten that conversation until that moment. She told me that one day I would understand why she kept telling me to pray. I looked at the little boy and asked him why he was showing me this. He just pointed toward the house, and suddenly the whole scene changed. I was now watching myself as a teenager. I saw things I had not thought about in years, and some of them were honestly embarrassing. I saw the way I treated my mother when I thought nobody understood me. I saw friends I had hurt and people I had blamed for problems that were partly my fault. Then something strange happened. I could feel what the other people in those memories were feeling. When I made someone laugh, I felt their happiness. When I insulted someone, I felt the pain behind their silence. When I ignored someone who needed me, I felt the loneliness they carried away from that conversation. That part scared me more than seeing my mistakes. I had always thought that if I forgot something, it stopped mattering. Now I was seeing that people can carry moments that we leave behind without another thought. I started crying because I finally understood how much damage a careless person can cause without even realizing it. Then the scene changed again, and I was standing inside my first apartment. I was in my 20s, working 2 jobs and trying desperately to prove that I could become successful. I saw myself coming home late, throwing my keys on the table and ignoring phone calls because I was too tired. At the time, I thought I was doing what I had to do. I wanted money, a better car, a bigger house, and respect from people who barely knew me. But watching it again felt different. I saw my mother calling me because she wanted to hear my voice, and I watched myself silence the phone. I saw my younger brother waiting for me outside a restaurant because we had planned to meet. I never showed up. I had completely forgotten that night. Standing there, I wanted to reach through the memory and shake myself. I kept thinking, "Marcus, you had no idea how much time you were wasting." Then something happened that I did not expect at all. The memories stopped showing me the bad things and started showing me moments I had considered completely ordinary. I saw myself giving a construction worker some money when his car broke down. I remembered that I had almost forgotten the incident the next morning. I saw myself sitting beside a coworker after his father died, even though I had no idea what to say. I saw a little girl at a grocery store smiling because I had helped her pick up something she dropped. None of those moments felt important when they happened, but in that place they felt different. They were like small lights scattered throughout a life that I had always judged by bigger achievements. I started wondering how many good things people do every day without realizing that they matter. Then I heard someone behind me say my name, and everything went completely quiet. I turned around and saw an older man standing several feet away. At first, I did not recognize him. Then I realized it was my father. He had died when I was 19, and seeing him again almost knocked me to the ground. I ran toward him without thinking. I wanted to hug him, but before I reached him, he raised his hand. He looked at me with the same serious expression he used whenever he was about to tell me something important. He asked me one question. He asked me whether I was happy with the man I had become. I wanted to say yes, but I could not get the words out. He looked at me for a few seconds, and then said that I had spent too much time trying to become somebody that other people would admire. I started crying because I knew exactly what he meant. My father disappeared, and suddenly I was standing somewhere completely different. There were no buildings around me anymore. I could see what looked like an endless field under a sky filled with light. I remember feeling calm for the first time since the experience began. Then I saw a figure standing far away. I could not clearly see a face, but I knew I was not looking at an ordinary person. I did not hear a voice in the normal sense, yet I understood what was being communicated to me. I was shown moments when I had prayed, even though I had almost forgotten them. I saw times when I thought I was alone, but somehow found the strength to keep going. I remembered things I had called coincidences for years. Standing there, I began wondering whether God had been closer to me than I ever realized. Then I was shown the part of my life that I had tried hardest to forget. It was the worst decision I had ever made. I had hurt someone who trusted me, and for years I had convinced myself that what happened was partly their fault. Now I saw the situation without the excuses I had created. I saw my own words, my own attitude, and the moment when I could have stopped but chose not to. I felt the pain I had caused and I could not look away. I remember falling to my knees and saying that I was sorry. Nobody was standing there shouting at me. Nobody needed to. I knew the truth and that was enough. For the first time, I understood why people talk about repentance as something deeper than simply saying sorry. Real repentance means finally becoming honest about what you have done. I wished I had learned that lesson while I was still alive. Then something unexpected happened. The scene changed, and I saw the person I had hurt years earlier. They were standing across from me, and I could not believe what I was seeing. I expected anger because that was what I thought I deserved. Instead, they looked at me with sadness. I tried to apologize, but they told me that they had already forgiven me. I remember shaking my head because I did not understand how that was possible. They said that forgiveness had allowed them to move forward, even though I had continued carrying the guilt. That sentence hit me harder than anything else I had experienced. I realized that sometimes we keep punishing ourselves for something another person has already released. I also understood that forgiveness does not erase what happened. It simply refuses to let what happened control the rest of your life. Then the entire scene started moving faster. Childhood memories, teenage years, my marriage, work, arguments, celebrations, failures, and ordinary mornings all appeared one after another. I could see how quickly everything had passed. One moment I was a child running through my grandmother's yard, and the next I was watching myself become an exhausted adult worried about money. I suddenly understood how short a human life really is. We spend so much time thinking we have plenty of time. We postpone apologies, postpone family visits, postpone prayer, and postpone changing because tomorrow feels guaranteed. Standing there, tomorrow no longer felt guaranteed. I wanted to return more than anything. I wanted another chance to make different choices while I still could. Then I heard the sound of a heartbeat. The heartbeat became louder and louder until it felt like it was shaking the entire place. I opened my eyes and saw bright hospital lights above me. Someone was shouting that I was back. My chest hurt so badly that I could barely breathe, but I was alive. My wife was standing beside the bed crying, and when she saw my eyes open, she grabbed my hand. I could not tell her everything immediately, because I was still trying to understand what had happened. I kept looking at her face and thinking about all the times I had been too busy to appreciate her. I thought about my mother, my brother, my children, and every person I had taken for granted. I knew that I had been given something I did not deserve. I had been given another opportunity to live differently. I do not expect everyone to believe what I experienced, and honestly, I understand why someone would question it. If someone had told me this story before that night, I probably would have questioned it too. But I know what happened to me, and I know the person who came back from that hospital room was not the same person who went into it. I stopped measuring my life only by money, success, and what people thought about me. I started calling people I had avoided and apologizing where I needed to apologize. I started spending more time with the people I love instead of assuming they would always be there. I also started taking my relationship with God seriously, instead of treating faith like something I could deal with later. The biggest lesson was not that I was shown my entire life. It was that I was given another chance to change the parts of it that still could be changed. So if you are listening to this and there is someone you need to forgive, call them. If there is someone you need to apologize to, do not keep waiting. Because one day, whether we expect it or not, every one of us will have to look back at the life we were given.